Have you been thinking about becoming a life coach, but wonder if you really need a life coach certification, or is it really just a waste of time and money? In this video, I'm going to teach you the truth about whether or not a life coach certification matters in the real world, so you can decide if getting a life coach certification is really necessary for your coaching business. We'll also discuss how to become a life coach without certification, life coach certification costs and is it worth the money, what education is needed to become a coach, legal requirements for life coaching, does a life coach need a business license, how you can be confident or credible if you're not certified, is coaching a real career, and what's the best way to get started as a life coach. If you're on YouTube and you want to skip right to any of those topics, the topics are in the description. So let's start right now. Hey, this is Chris Thompson, Designated Strategy and Accountability Coach with Master Coach University. And if this is your first time here and you want to learn how to change lives and get paid, this channel covers everything from becoming a life coach to getting certified to starting and expanding a professional coaching business. And you can get started now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So you're wondering, can I be a life coach without certification? Yes, you can be a life coach without a certification. There are currently no existing regulations you are required to meet before you can call yourself a life coach. That doesn't mean you can just fall out of bed and automatically be qualified to be a life coach just because you have life experience. Whether you can be a life coach without certification depends on a couple of key things that I'll cover in this video. Let's cover how to become a life coach without certification. First, we need to draw the distinction between becoming a coach and starting a coaching business. Becoming a life coach doesn't necessarily mean you have a life coaching business. You could have a job coaching, or you could be coaching for no pay at all. To become a life coach, you've got to do and be a few things. Most likely, you're already doing the basics of it without even having the formal title. You've got to love helping people, and you probably do, or you wouldn't be here. I often say that I was the 6-year-old the 8-year-old used to come to for advice. If you're like me, people in your life already probably seek you out for your insights as they face the challenges of life. The International Coach Federation says the skills it takes to become a life coach are compassion, creativity, people skills, problem-solving ability, goal setting, and progress management. Listening and asking questions to help someone discover what they want, what's preventing them from getting it, how to change that, and to set up a structure to support the change are the core responsibilities of a life coach. If you are that person, then I would consider you a life coach, certification or no certification. If that's all you're doing, people in general wouldn't consider you a life coach, unless you're treating it like a profession rather than a hobby, of course. What's the difference between becoming a life coach who is certified versus a life coach who isn't certified? The answer is the certification. You could become a life coach who happens to be certified, or a life coach who isn't certified. The certification is the only difference. So do you need certification for life coaching? No. So why get certified as a life coach, Chris? Well, a lot of new coaches believe that they need to get certified as a life coach before they start coaching because they believe that a certification will make clients practically fall out of the sky. I've talked to new coaches who are deluded to the point of believing that a certification is some kind of magic line that you cross and then everyone will automatically hire you as a coach because you have this ironclad credential piece of paper. And many certification courses feed into this incorrect thinking because it fits our culture of you have to go to college and you have to get a degree and have this piece of paper and then everyone will listen to you and you'll now be qualified. So a lot of coaching organizations feed into that because it fits their agenda. It's easy to sell. People already tend to think that already, and it helps them to sell life coaching programs. So what do they care if after they already have the new coach's money, that the new coach discovers that there's a much bigger requirement in the real world of learning sales and marketing skills in order to earn enough clients to be able to go full-time as a professional coach? And if they had known that, they may not have started down the path of getting certified in the first place. The reality is saying you need a certification for life coaching is a disservice to new coaches because it creates an unrealistic expectation that will surely disappoint the coach when they realize that letters after your name or a certification aren't enough to convince a human being to trust you enough to hand over their hard-earned money and hire you to be a catalyst for change for them to help create the life of their dreams. A certification doesn't change the fact that life coaching is not something you can show people in the same way you can show them a nice watch or a nice house or buy a new car and take and put it in the driveway and show off. It requires faith to enter a relationship they don't understand, coaching, at least until they experience it. Something that they can't really tell people about without seeming like there's something wrong with them. They tell their friends, and their friends say, you know, what's wrong with you that you need a coach, right? Only to face the ugly parts of themselves that they're not really proud of, and to be doing things they don't really want to do when the coach is not around. That takes a deep personal, emotional connection to a client. The type of connection that you can't create by showing them a piece of paper and attempting to appeal to them logically with letters after your name. Promoting that you can create that level of connection with a client through a website or through a certification is a disservice to new coaches and creates an obstacle to the new coach's success. Another myth new coaches often believe is that a certification will make them feel more confident in their coaching. I will address that feeling later in this video. From the client standpoint, they don't care where you went to school. You could make up a certification, RSDQ certification instead of ICF certification, and they wouldn't know the difference. Not because they're ignorant, but because they simply don't look at certifications as a sign of a coach's true competence. They don't even know what coaching is, so how would they know what some people insist makes one a qualified one or not? They will have to feel it, see it, experience it with you for the majority of them to believe it. In all my years of coaching since 2007, I've literally never been asked by a potential coaching client in a sample strategy session if I'm certified. I didn't get one single certification until I've been coaching full-time for 3 years. There are a few valid situations where it may make sense for you to get a certification. If you're going to be coaching as an employee, government contractors, Fortune 100 companies, coaching executives, many jobs highly value an ICF certification. You may look at your certification if you want to learn a specific skill, and as a side effect of learning that skill, you get a certification. You may also look into certification if you're looking to do pro bono work, you just want to help people, and you're not really interested in making money, particularly in making a profit, or it's a hobby you just want to use on friends in a volunteer capacity with really no interest in making a business out of it. You just like to take courses. Or you've already got a successful coaching business, and you plan on being in the profession for a long time, and you want to pair advanced coaching techniques working with clients in the real world so you get to the point where you master all the skills of coaching. What about life coach certification cost? Is it worth the money? Many coach certification programs start at about $5,000, go to $10,000, or even more for a certification. An aspiring life coach may feel this is a worthy investment, since life coaches can make a significant income if they treat it as a profession, not just as a hobby, as we'll get into a little bit later. The point of certification is to get letters after your name and to learn a basic coaching method to follow. If you feel that coaching certification is a worthy investment in your case, then I'd recommend investing in a certification that is approved by the ICF or International Coach Federation. If that's of interest to you, you can contact us and we can help you to meet the requirements to qualify with a significantly smaller investment. The ICF offers 3 levels of coach credentials. Associate Certified Coach. Achieving this level requires at least 60 hours of training and at least 100 hours of coaching experience. Professional Certified Coach. Achieving this level requires at least 125 hours of training and at least 500 hours of coaching experience. Master Certified Coach. This highest level of credential requires 200 hours of training and at least 2,500 hours of coaching experience. The ICF requires completion of 40 hours of approved continuing education every 3 years to maintain certification. The majority of those coaching hours must be paid coaching hours. So if you're planning on avoiding learning how to get paying clients until after you were certified, that's not going to happen. In fact, a lot of aspiring coaches pursue certification believing it will help them to avoid having to learn sales and marketing skills. So there are 2 other major expenses of time and money you'll need to consider before you can even get to the point you could possibly be a successful life coach. The real question is, how important are these expenses compared to certification? The first one is business education. Without the proper sales, marketing, and business education, it's highly unlikely you'll ever be successful as a coach, no matter how skilled a coach you are. I'm going to explain the details on business education for coaches, along with getting mentors, at the end of this video when we talk about exactly how to get started. The second one is business development. You're going to need to spend thousands of hours, and chances are thousands of dollars, on developing your business over time. I'll also explain the details on business development expenses, along with developing your website, at the end of this video as well. A lot of coaches, because of the misconceptions that we talked about earlier in this video, spend all their time and money getting a certification thinking it will get them clients. Then they don't have the time or the money to learn the business, sales, and marketing skills that really matter in a coaching business. So they end up having to go and get a day job. What a tragedy. Don't let this happen to you. What education is needed to become a coach? All or some of the following is fundamental education needed to become a coach. You'll need to understand how to listen and guide someone through the process of coaching, like a safari tour guide. Be an expert or be willing to do the research to become an expert on a difficult problem that your market has a hard time solving. Really, all the education you could need would be to read a thorough success book on a key life topic such as health, finances, goal setting, or relationships, and then help your clients to execute on the ideas that are in that book until they can produce profound results. Coaching is about helping your client execute on success principles in key areas of their life. It's about keeping things simple. At times, filling their head with knowledge will actually distract them on what they must focus on to improve their results. When it comes to legal requirements for life coaching, as long as you don't claim to heal illnesses like a licensed healthcare professional would, there are no legal requirements for life coaching. If you feel your client may have an illness, then suggest they seek out a licensed professional to address it. In life coaching, we don't diagnose sickness and treat it. We take already healthy people and help make them better. Our focus is today and the future with our clients, not the past. Next, we'll cover, does a life coach need a business license? Generally, no, a life coach does not need a business license, but it's always good to check with your local city hall. Also, you may want to consider talking to your CPA to determine what business structure you will use for tax purposes. You do not need a brick and mortar location. Most life coaches start working out of their home using their cell phone. You do not need to meet clients in person. It's just as effective to use video conferencing, the phone. Clients love it, and it makes it much easier for you to grow your business, and you can work with clients all over the world. Coaches often ask me, how can I be confident or credible if I'm not certified? Confidence refers to tasks and is based on your beliefs of how well you can accomplish a particular task. So how can you be confident if you're not certified? You only get confident by practicing and doing coaching for clients. For your confidence and credibility that you be paid for coaching as soon as possible. Even if your clients are only paying you a very small fee, it's a critical part of them believing you're credible and then getting results, which is going to be huge for your confidence. I've learned through years of helping new coaches that what they really wonder when they ask about confidence is they wonder if they're enough or worthy to get paid well to powerfully lead people forward in their lives. You are enough. You've always been enough. You can't do anything to be more enough, just like you can't pour water in glass after it's already full. It just overflows. If you don't see your worth, getting a certification will only be like chasing your tail. Once you get it, you still won't be confident, and there will always be one more thing you need to learn or one more course you need to take before you're ready. If you don't coach, then you'll never be confident. To become a confident coach, you must coach before you feel ready. That's what you'll be helping your clients do, get started before they feel ready, and so that's what you must do. How can you be credible if you're not certified? Credibility is in the eye of the buyer. It's about the relationship and trust that you build with them and about your coaching, ringing the bell of inner truth that they know to be true in their heart, much more so than it is about what letters are after your name. They care if you understand them, and they care if you can help them solve their problem. You can show that to them through testimonials or by showing them that you are able to do the things that they find difficult to do. Testimonials, for example. Imagine you have a brain tumor and you have to have surgery, and you have two surgeons to choose from. One surgeon is top of the class, Ivy League school, no finer education on how to work with brain tumors. And the other choice you have is you have a surgeon who has an excellent track record handling brain tumors. They're a phenomenal surgeon. Which one are you going to pick? The one that just graduated from an Ivy League school with the best education, or are you going to pick the one that's got 5,000 successful brain surgeries? Of course, you're going to pick the experienced surgeon with the testimonials and the track record of success. Coaching is just like that. Nobody really cares where you went to school. They care on if they believe that you have shown in some way that you can help them solve their problem. Maybe you feel like you don't have a lot of great coaching techniques. Well, we can help you with those things, but you got to coach. You got to start. You got to stay in momentum. I have a saying I often tell new coaches that I talk to when they're starting, and that is that coaches coach. We're coaches. It's what we do. We coach. If you're not coaching, then you're not a coach. We call it a practice for a reason. You are going to continue to grow your skill sets. So keep going. Get the help you need, but whatever you do, don't stop. Don't wait, because you'll be less likely to start again. So go out and make a difference for people. They need you. There's somebody out there right now that is looking to connect with you. You're the right person with the right voice that they need to hear right now, and the connection that they're going to have is going to be with you. You're the one that would make a difference for them, and they're the one that is waiting for you, and you're a great fit together. So go out there and help people, and then build the rest in later as you go. So you or someone in your life may be asking, is life coaching a real career? And I can see why you'd ask that. I mean, can you really talk on the phone and get paid for it? Is it any different than just being a good friend? Yes, it is. A coach is literally the only person in your life that's not looking to get something from you for them. A recent ICF study conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers of a group of 6,000 coaches found that the average salary of a full-time coach was just over $82,000 and a part-time coach's $26,000. Life coaching over the last 10 consecutive years has been the second fastest growing industry in the world, according to realbusiness.co.uk. So yes, life coaching is a real career. Life coaching is a growing industry. You have an opportunity to make a good living and lifestyle for your family while doing something that helps people and is fulfilling for you if you treat it as a true profession and not just a hobby. So what is the best way to get started as a life coach? Coaches ask me all the time, and there is no right way to get started as a life coach. But in my experience, there's 3 steps that are the most important action steps to take when you get started as a life coach. And it's usually best to do them in this order. Start talking to real, warm, breathing human beings with problems, and do one-time sample sessions with them. A lot of coaches will wait until they get certified before they even start working with any clients. The only difference is you're going to get started right away. That's how I started. I started out doing a ton of coaching right away with real, warm, breathing human beings with problems. And it was great for me because I got a lot of experience, I got testimonials, I got paying clients, and I got to sharpen my skills of how things are in the real world with people. And it made me a much better coach. So I really encourage you to stay in momentum and coach people. Hire a mentor, learn sales and marketing skills. While certification may help you get certain types of clients, nothing will help you be successful as a coach if you don't know how to run the business. Business education is absolutely required if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to marketing, selling, and delivering professional services to others in a way that allows your business to succeed. This kind of education can be quite expensive, requiring investments in the multiple thousands of dollars if you want the most effective education. But you may be able to get away with reading a few of the right books to help you get your coaching business ball rolling before you perfect your business development process. So when it comes to mentors and coaches, it's likely way more invaluable to invest in a mentor or to apprentice under another coach so you can learn the business from the inside out versus getting a certificate. There's lots of certified coaches that don't know what they're doing because they missed this step. I'd invest many times over in my mentors and coaches before I'd ever invest in my first certification in order to be successful in this business. When you can see exactly how an already successful coach is producing results, it's priceless because you can copy their methods and reap many of the same rewards. A mentor will also help you to perform at the level necessary to reach the level of success that a new coach will want to experience, but will never know the nuances of how to reach on their own. A mentor will help a new coach know how much energy is required to be successful and also what strategy to put that energy into in order to reach their coaching business goal. And will save the new coach a lot of time and mistakes trying to figure it out on their own or watching a bunch of conflicting information on the internet, not knowing which guidance is to be believed. Next, you must sell and market. You're going to pick a niche, a group of people that already know they have the problem that you can solve. You will offer them one-time sample strategy sessions with you. You'll offer them to hire you as their coach. You're going to deliver your coaching. You'll want to execute daily discipline like a professional business owner. As Gary Vaynerchuk would say, cash is oxygen. So you'll want to spend your time on activities that directly lead to getting paying clients. You'll be doing networking, your website. You're going to be doing social media. You'll be connecting with people that are real people and expanding and getting referrals and adding value to everyone that you have a chance to come into contact with. And putting in the day-to-day work involved in starting, growing, and building your business up to a six-figure coaching business. Now, I get asked a lot about building a coaching website. If you choose to build your coaching business online, you'll have to build a website. This will likely require at least some investment in design, hosting, tech development, etc. These costs will likely range between $500 on the low end to tens of thousands of dollars on the high end. Next, you'll learn the discipline of coaching skills and certification. Some say to go ahead and get certified just in case regulations change so you can be grandfathered in. But the problem with that kind of thinking is that if you don't have any clients, you'll go out of business before you can get certified. Another problem is that it insinuates there's only one proper way to coach people to help them. The first rule of coaching is there are no rules. It's called a practice for a reason. This industry is constantly evolving, and every situation has nuances that require you to adapt to each client situation. Book smarts are great, but there will always be a level of street smarts that you're going to need to help that client in front of you that no certification can teach you, only experience can. I hope you took some great value out of this video. So what is your opinion? Do you think you can be a successful life coach that makes a good living and makes a difference for clients without having a certification? I'd love to hear your feedback. So make sure to leave a comment with your thoughts or questions. Thanks for watching this video. Like it if you thought it was cool, and subscribe if you want to see even more of these videos. By the way, if you want my help in starting or growing your own money-making coaching business, I'm holding a webinar in a few days called How to Make Money Coaching. Imagine that you can attend for free. Just go to the link that I give you here and in the description. In the webinar, you'll learn what stops new coaches from getting their first paying clients. Just go to wellpaidcoach.com/webinar sign up right now to sign up for the webinar and access lots of advanced coaching and practice building techniques. Just go to the link I give you here or in the description for free access.